Welcome back to the program. Remember, channelstv.com has more news for you, and on youtube.com/channelsweb, you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news and updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can share pictures, videos or news of happenings around you through. Well, go ahead, install the app, tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions you find there. The Nigerian Medical Association has dismissed the joint health sector unions as an illegal body that should not be accorded any recognition by Nigerians. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, President of the NMA, Professor Mike Ogirima, said the industrial action by Johesu is uncalled for because their demands were driven by envy. Johesu is alleging that the federal government's failure to implement an agreement signed with the unions on September the 30th last year prompted the industrial action. Professor Ogirima says there is relatively a global healthcare sector, and therefore any attempt to disrupt it will be resisted by all the doctors.
When you say Johesu, it means Joint Health Sector Union. It's an illegal body. Quote me. I think you guys have quoted me before. You have quoted me before. It is illegal because it is not registered. Membership of that body includes the pharmacists, in fact, all other health workers, excluding medical doctors. We are not saying we are excluded, and that's what makes it illegal. But they are full of envy, rivalry, and lies. Just yesterday, their leadership came to the air to attack doctors. This strike they are planning for tomorrow or today is against medical doctors. It's preventing them from earning the same salary as doctors. All over the world, there's relativity package for medical workers, different from other health workers. If you live here, if you leave Nigeria today to other countries, doctors are advantage position.
Away from the health sector, the Ogun State government will be hosting the third edition of the state's African Drum Festival. The event is designed to bring together people from all over the world, and it's expected to feature over 20 states, 14 countries and 70 private troops. The African Drum Festival for the year has the theme Reviving Our Culture in Drums, and it shows the importance of drums in the African traditional setting. To tell us more about the Ogun State Drum Festival, I'm being joined by the State Commissioner for Tourism, Mr. Olumuyiwa Oladipo. Thank you for joining us on News Across Nigeria, Mr. Oladipo.
Thank you.
Well, it's the third edition of the Drum Festival. Could you just talk us through on some of the preparations that are in place for the event this year?
Yes, this year's edition is going to be a bigger and better one, because in the last 2 years we've had states, fewer states than this year's. And just like you rightly said, we're having over, at least you said 14. As the last count, we had 16 African countries that are.
That's quite a number.
Yes, and over 25 states across the nation. Of course, we have over 70 troops as well.
Wow.
Of course, in line, as a deviation from that, and it's still within the drums sync, we're having conference and exhibition, conference, workshop, and exhibition.
All related with arts and craft, or just
yes,
that one has been drums?
That one has been anchored by Professor Wole Soyinka.
Okay.
And we have speakers from all over Africa who have distinguished themselves in drums and drummings.
Okay, so tell us precisely, apart from the bigger turnout of participants for this year's occasion, what else has the state put in place to make this one stand out from the other ones?
Yes, in the last 2 editions, we've had it at the Cultural Center. This year, we are moving to Olumorok. That's where we're having that's our major tourist center
in the state.
In the state, and of course, we're having the conference and the workshop there.
Okay. Okay, so what does the state stand to benefit from this drum festival? Are there private investors, or are there any public investors, or is it a state-run thing?
No, we have private since from the beginning. From the beginning in 2016, we've been having sponsors.
Okay.
And of course, the festival is a two-edged thing, reviving our culture in drums, with drums, through drums. And it's also serving as a tourist attraction.
Okay. So this year's event is themed Reviving Our Culture in Drums. I'm interested. I want to know what that means. Could you explain?
Yes. You see, drum is an art that cuts across all communities and culture across the country, across Africa. Because if we decide to go looking for one art or the other, we realize that one is secluded to one area or the other. But drum cuts across. I've tried explaining that drums is a complete metamorphosis. At one point or the other in one's life, you need drum. When one is in the tummy, is in his mother's tummy, after 9 months, 8 days after, you beat drum. When you grow up, you go to school, you beat drum. When you're getting married, you beat drum. When one passes on, you beat drum. By leaving that, going into our royal fathers, you know, they are the custodians of our culture and tradition. They beat drums too. And of course, drum has lived from time immemorial. Drum, beats of war, means of communication, and all that. But and also, you know, drum, when you beat drum, okay, look at the Atilogu dancers in Enugu State. You won't eat salad to beat Atilogu or dance to the beat. So if you're reviving the culture through drums, beating the drums, you want to eat what type of food, the type of food you eat in Enugu State, apple to make you strong. And of course, you sing the songs in your own native language or dialect. So you are reviving the language, you're reviving the food, you're reviving even the dress styles. Okay, so economically, what is the state looking to attract, to boost IGR? Definitely. It has spiral effect. Number one, virtually all the hotels in Abeokuta are fully booked. Of course, the food vendors will make some more their own money for that duration and even beyond. The youth are gainfully employed. Abeokuta is bubbling. I'm inviting you and everybody. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Commissioner. Thank you, Mr. Oladipupo, for joining us on the program today. And I wish Ogun State a very successful 2018 Drum Festival. Thank you. Thank you for your thoughts. Well, we'll take another moment now. When the program returns, another governor is trying to boost tourism, but not through the drums. We'll find out when we come back.